What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Castle Crush and the Psych Experiment account. As you may remember, last time we were playing with a Spectre deck, trying to build giant Spectres, and that actually cost us a lot of trophies. We were able to successfully do it in some ways. I don't honestly think that the Spectre deck is really a long-term viable option. If you look at all the top players, almost nobody plays anything like the Spectre deck. I don't see Spectres in hardly anybody's deck up there. I wonder if maybe, they've already done some mods. I wonder if they may make some more modifications to make the Spectre a little more viable. I don't know exactly what those would be. Maybe just some more buffs for it. In any case, so we've gotten a bunch of those trophies back, and the way we've gotten those trophies back is by playing this deck here. And this deck is a sort of a version of the Fortify overtime control deck I was playing before. But a few more big creatures in it. I think an optimal way to play this deck ultimately would be to add things, to remove a few things and add things like Crystal and Mana Ritual to get some of the big cards out faster. But for us, this is the deck we've been playing for several reasons. One, we can't do much more than this. We don't have a Black Knight, and so we can't stick a Black Knight in there. Instead, the goal of this deck, even though there's a lot more creatures in it, it's still pretty much control. We've got 2 sets of arrows, we've got an Inferno, we've got 2 Fortifies to regain castle health, and we've got Lightning Bolt and 2 Demons. The Executioner is both an offensive and a good defensive card. It's good at taking out skeletons, it's good at taking out groups of enemies that come at the same time, archers, things like that. And the Skull Kings and the triplets give us lane control, so that's what they're there for. Sometimes we can win the game without going to overtime because we do have enough firepower here, but we can also have a good chance of winning if the game goes to overtime as well. And so I've used this, I started out 8-2 in the first 10, and then I think I'm 2-1 in my last 3, so I've done pretty well with this so far. I've already run us back up another couple hundred trophies, got us back up to Castle 5, although we're just barely hanging in there right now. So I thought I would play a couple of live games here and give you some of the ideas on how this deck works. I think this deck can be successful at least at Castle 4. I'm not 100% sure if it'll be super successful at Castle 5. It probably would be with some card buffs as the cards get stronger. So let's see here. So like our control sort of overtime deck, it is a slow deck. Our opponent's going to be playing slowly too, as we can see from their Unchained Demon. Usually we don't worry a ton about that when we're playing our speed decks. It can be a bit of a problem in these slower decks to deal with. The other thing that I don't worry a ton about Unchained Demons here is because, oh wow, my demon did a lot of damage. That level 2 demon is really strong. And I think that's one of the reasons that these kinds of decks have been successful for me, the ones that play this demon, is because our demon is actually quite powerful. Okay, let's get that mage out of there before he does any damage to us. And let's go here, okay. Okay, well, that's alright. We should be getting 2 cards now. And we are going to, let's kill the Executioner, and then we're going to try to get out our Skull King. Probably should have burnt, man, darn. Okay, well, here comes the Skull King. What can we do? Can we back it up with something? Okay, Skull King of their own. We're going to get Executioner out there. We're going to get Pirate out there. No, okay, an Inferno, that's a good card for them. We're going to get triplets out there. We're just going to try to put a lot of pressure on. Okay, let's kill that mage with a demon. There we go. Okay. Let's go another Skull King. There we go. And this is kind of how this deck works. You just kind of try to overwhelm them with your more powerful cards. And that will kill the demon. Let's just go ahead and get our health up here, and let's go triplets again. Come on, kill that. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm ready to play Inferno somewhere. There we go, and good game. All right, so that's kind of how this deck works. You can see our opponent was a level 7 castle, which is very strong. But our deck worked quite well against him. And look, they have a level 2 Skull King, they have 2 level 2 Black Knights. But we were able to handle that. They even have a stronger Inferno, a stronger Dryad. I mean, they have a few cards in there that I think make no sense. I'm not sure what the Jester's purpose is. I'm not sure exactly why they're playing Catapult. The Mage is fine. Not sure why they're playing the Unchained Demon. That's the one that makes the least sense in that deck to me. But anyway, so that's ultimately probably why we're able to beat this opponent. Let's see what their highest trophies is. 1554. What is ours? I don't remember here. 1492. Okay, so we're getting close. We're getting close to our highest trophy count ever with this deck. Remember, our high trophy count was with that sort of speed deck with the demon as the top card, the highest mana card in our deck, that tried to win by about mana count 8. Yeah. Okay, so that's a pretty good starting hand for us. I mean, there's only a couple of cards we can play early, and we got them. So, okay, so a lot of opponents have been doing this. They've been putting out I've been watching them put out this Reaper, and sometimes they switch lanes with it and try to knock a creature out. Okay, so in this case, that's not what the opponent's doing. It's just, I don't know why. I'm not 100% sure what the purpose of that is. Okay. There we go. So much like with the overtime deck, we're kind of comfortable with just sitting back and watching things go here. Okay, come on, kill him. Kill him. That's it. There we go. Okay, well, that's okay. Okay, let's go triplets, just so we can get somebody in every lane. Okay, we'll kill something, just because we're going to draw 2 cards, and I like to have... Now, they're going to go Skull King, I'll guarantee it, and that's what we're going to do too. That or they're going to go Black Knight. Yeah, everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this down here. They're going... Okay, are they going to play another Skull King? They haven't played anything yet. Okay, they went Black Knight. That's okay, we're going to be alright, because we are going to play another Skull King. I probably, if I had waited, would have played the Demon. But now our Demon's going to work pretty well right here. Or maybe not so well. Okay, well, we got to get rid of that. Okay, a couple of Infernos. But the thing is, we have a lot of Skull Kings, and we're just going to keep running them at our opponent. That's how this deck works. Okay, we'll play that to try to do some damage. They're going to come with another Skull King. I need to get rid of something. Too many arrows. Too many arrows. Okay, I don't know if this is the best play. Triplets. Let's go. Let's go. Man, we're not doing as much damage in some of these lanes as I was hoping. Let's just level up, and we're getting close. We're getting close to finishing them off here. There we go. All right, good game. Well played. Wow, that was actually a flawless victory for us. So we did pretty well there. So now you see the basic idea. Get survive long enough to get to your big cards and just play Skull King, Skull King, Skull King. Use your Executioner to deal with some of their skeletons, and to back up, support your creatures. Use your Demon to take out their big stuff when they try to fight back. They try to get counterplay. So that's the basic idea. It's in some ways it's similar. We're using the Demon similar to the way we were using it in the small card deck, where we're using the Demon to take out whatever big counterplay they were going for. But here we actually have big cards out when we try to use the Demon. We don't always win, but it's pretty solid, I think, a pretty solid deck. So again, here we've got an opponent with 2 Black Knights and a Skull King in their deck, 2 Demons. A pretty strong deck. I mean, as I commented early on, I wasn't quite sure what the Reapers were doing in there, but for some reason, a lot of opponents just play epic cards. Just because they have them. Anyway, here we go. Let's try for one more. Castle 6 opponent. Alright, that's a good card to get the Fortify. Because as I mentioned before, this deck sometimes sends you into overtime. I probably should have waited just a spare second. I don't really like my opponent's play there. I'm not sure what they're going to do with this, but okay. Alright, well that's fine. That's okay. See, I could play this right now, but I'm kind of waiting. That's what I was waiting for, to see if my opponent was going to play something. Then I would play my demon first. And then I will back that up with a pirate here. Now that we have double cards, I will go here. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him, get that mage, kill it, kill it. Darn. Alright, I was hoping that would kill the mage. I'm going to have to kill it with my demon instead. Play something. Darn you. Okay, we're going to go triplets. Darn it. If I wish I had played the Executioner instead. Okay, we'll go Executioner, even though I have a feeling, yeah, that's what I had a feeling. I had a feeling my opponent was about to play a 10 mana card, because when they take too long, that's usually what's happening. Okay, that's kind of a weird play. I don't understand it. A lot of our opponents play Standard Bearer for what, as far as I can tell, no particular reason. Let's go Inferno. I could have just played a Skull. Okay, good. I'm glad I went with the Inferno, because they're bringing out a Spectre, which I will zap with a Bolt of Lightning. And we are going to go Skull King here. Boom. Try to keep some control here. Play the Dryad down here. Okay, we need to zap that guy. Okay, wow, those skeletons are really strong and might take out my Dryad. Why do I have so many of these things? Okay, Skull King, I guess, because what else am I going to do? Man, sitting here on so many arrows. We don't need this many arrows. Darn it. Oh, okay, now the Inferno, or, well, okay, this is what all the arrows are for, I guess. Yar, 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 just clean out the arrows, and Lightning Bolt takes care of that. Of course, it also used every one of my cards. Here comes our opponent again. There we go, we zapped the Reaper. We're going to have a little bit of a problem with that guy. Die! Darn it. We are having a problem with that Executioner. Kill him. Yes. Okay, that, it seemed bad, but we're actually okay. We got a Skull King out, and I don't have to be in a hurry to play this. I can go here. There we go. Okay. Oops. That is not the card I wanted to play, clearly. Okay, Skull King out. There we go. And we may head into overtime here. If we do, we're going to be in good shape. There it was. I knew they had a Black Knight coming sometime. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you play it. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna kill him. It's gonna be in overtime, and my opponent let the match. Well, I'll tell them good game anyway. Yeah, we were going to beat them if it hadn't gone into overtime. Obviously, we were just getting down to the wire there. Thank goodness we had all those arrows stocked up, because that sort of saved the day for us and let us rebound for the counterattack. So that's the deck. We went 3-0 here. I'm about like 15-3 or 14-3, I think, with it so far. I've run up our trophy count to almost our highest trophies. And I think it's a pretty solid deck at the Castle 4, early Castle 5 level. It's possible that as you get going in Castle 5, it's going to be harder. The card Mana Ritual, which reduces the cost of cards, becomes more and more important, especially when you're playing big cards like the Skull King, Black Knight, this guy here, the Mud Elemental, which I also don't have. But as you're playing those, the mana ritual becomes more and more important to have, especially later on in this castle. You really, to play those kinds of decks, you're going to need mana ritual in there. Otherwise, they will just, I mean, the reality is if you draw 2 mana rituals and a Skull King, you can have a mana ritual, you can pay essentially what, like 5 or 4 for a Skull King. Get a Skull King out very early. I've had opponents do that to me. That's the first card they've played is a Skull King, and I've actually won some of those, but a lot of times it makes it really tough to win when you're facing a Skull King right off the bat. Basically, if you have arrows or something, you can do okay. In any case, that's the deck, and that's the idea behind it. I think it's pretty good at this level. At higher levels, there'll have to be some adjustments made to it. I'll put it up on the screen one more time. All right, thanks everybody for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.